In the past 60 days, I've talked to 8 equity firms who came to me via my website, dmitrilipinski.com, scheduled paid consultation call to get my opinion on scattered roofing industry. They're buying companies. I've never seen anything like that. So much money is flooding into the roofing industry these days. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 tips how you can sell or prepare to sell your roofing business to equity firm. As a matter of fact, I even got an offer from one of the firms to become their CEO. I'm going to tell you what I did with that offer and how I can help you sell your business if you need my advice. In the past few years, I've made a lot of friends with the bigger players who partner up or sold to equity firms, companies like Linear Roofing or Apple Roofing. I believe we have 5-6 guests on our podcast who have sold to equity group and now acquiring companies. So many bigger players actually use equity firms' money to acquire other players in their market, to extend their presence, their brand in the marketplace. If you're in business, there's only 2 reasons to be in business. Number 1 is to pass it to your kids. It's your legacy. It's your family business that you want to stay in the family. And number 2 is to sell it to someone else. Both are very honorable. It's great exit strategy if you plan to sell or if you plan to pass it on to your kids. I don't know if you have kids who would want to be in the roofing business, but if you are planning retirement, pay attention to what's happening in the industry. It's one of the best times to be in business because when we have money coming in, you're going to have this opportunity. And if you set the plan in motion today, in 5 years, you can get out with a couple $1,000,000 in your pocket, and I think it's great exit. There's nothing wrong with it. First, if you're curious how it works and why would anyone to buy a business and what they're going to do with it, I want you to understand this. Bigger companies trade very different than the small business trades. If you think about Wall Street and publicly traded companies, they are trading 40 times their net revenue. So if publicly traded company makes clear profit $1 billion per year, their valuation might be $40 billion a year. Well, small business always trades on a much smaller scale. So you can sell your business on different valuation, for example, 4 times your net revenue. Let's say you have $5 million company and you make $500,000 per year profit. You can sell it 4 times net revenue, about $2 million. But then if you sell it to a bigger group and now their portfolio is $100 million. Now, they're not going to sell at 4 times the revenue because the risk of investors goes down. The bigger the company, the less riskier it is, the more attractable it is to investors. So for my roofers to understand why these corporations and equity firms are buying smaller businesses, it's all about how you evaluate business, how you trade a small company versus group of companies. Smaller companies going to trade 3-4 times their earnings, and bigger ones going to trade 10-15 times their earnings or their EBITDA. I'll explain it a little bit later. For example, SRS. So when SRS started 2009, they took equity money and they started buying smaller supply house. I believe last year they were buying like 40 of them. So what's happening is you have capitalizations of $5 billion and you buy smaller, let's say $5 million supply house in New Jersey. Well, you can get it for $2-3 million, but then when that small supply house becomes part of the SRS, now that $5 million revenue trades way more than a couple $1 million. So that way, pretty much SRS prints money, if you will. In all of this process, the main term probably new to you, what you need to understand is EBITDA. EBITDA is earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation. It's very important because investors will look at that number. And if you're planning to sell the business, you want to make sure that you look good to investors. You have to plan ahead. So you have to understand what EBITDA is. I'm not going to spend a lot of time explaining EBITDA because it's worth another video. But if you Google EBITDA and you look at examples online, you will clearly understand what you have to do. If you know your numbers today, you will be able to even calculate EBITDA today. And equity firms make different offers based on EBITDA. For example, out of 8 firms that came to me, Some of them are buying companies at 2-3 times EBITDA, some of them up to 5 times their EBITDA. And when they sell it later, as a group portfolio, it goes anywhere from 8 times EBITDA to 13, 14, 15. So that's how they make money. But you need to understand your EBITDA, what it means for your business, where is the money going, how much you're paying in taxes, what's your gross profit, what's your net profit, what kind of assets you have in general. If you're going to go this route and I can help you to put your business in front of equity firms, they're going to open your books. You're going to sign NDA, non-disclosure agreement. They're going to look at your QuickBooks, your profit and loss statements, calculate your EBITDA, evaluate your business, how healthy you are, what kind of business you're running. And based on that, they're going to make you an offer. In the roofing business, we have quite a few business models. We have storm chasers or storm restoration industry. We have retail contractors, small mom and pop shops who focus on local retail work in their cities and towns. We also have commercial roofers, companies who do coatings, companies who do commercial roof and work on a bigger accounts with the average job being $100,000 to $200,000. So there's different business models and there are also different equity groups. Out of 8 that reached out to me, none of them were the same. One company wants to buy companies with a $2 to $15 million EBITDA, which transfer to $8-10 million business. And another one wants to buy $100 million giant, $100 to $150 million giant to essentially acquire other companies base and attach them to that giant. So each equity firm, depending how much money they have, depending what they know and the routes they want to take, it'll determine what kind of businesses they're going to be buying. Despite the fact there are many, many business models, equity firms and investors always look at few things that are universal. They all want good management. They all want good reputation. They all want steady growth year over year. They all favor structure, and none of them wants to buy a business where the business owner is the business. Investors know when you buy owner-operator, sooner or later, if he leaves, a lot of his people will leave and you will have to replace that owner-operator, and it's just not an easy thing to do. For you, if you want to sell your business, you want to make sure you have a team, you delegate as much as possible, you have management team who could operate without you. That means having sellable business. Online presence is real asset here. It's real authority. And most investors, when they want to buy a business, they will look at your online presentation. They will look at your website and how involved you are in your community, because they want to buy attractive business. It's easier for them to sell that portfolio later as well. It's easier to buy and sell a branded business versus business that nobody heard about it, and if you Google them, nobody can find it. Now, they can buy your book of business. So if you have a lot of accounts, a lot of contracts, let's say you have portfolio working with management companies. So there is exceptions to every rule, but overall, online presence, online reviews are also very attractive to investors. In that sense, it's not only about numbers. A lot of people will invest in online presence and the brand because it takes years to build. For example, if a bigger player wants to come into the market, what he's really buying? When you buy a company that, let's say, has 1,000 Google reviews, maybe their numbers are a little bit short, but because they have a good market presence, this bigger company can bring to the table salespeople. They can take advantage of the local presence. They can take advantage of reviews, reputation, leads. So in that sense, your branding will only help your numbers to sell your company. In the beginning, I told you that I have been offered CEO position. About 6 weeks ago, one of the firms came to me, scheduled a call, we started talking to them. They offered me CEO position. They're also going to be buying companies, selling companies later. When I got that offer, I even talked to my lawyer right away, asked how time-consuming it's going to be. We've been talking every week, and it was very interesting experience because obviously I have directory, I have roofing insights. I'm a very busy man, but I also see all these opportunities. I've consulted many businesses from roofing school and directory contractors who have been getting these offers to sell their business. As a matter of fact, two of my very close friends got offers last year, and I told them to pass on those offers, and they did not take them because they were not good offers. Despite the fact that we have all this money coming in, not every offer is a good offer. Hunter Ballou sold his company and got his back. Heath Hicks sold his company to equity firm and got his back. So it doesn't always work out. A lot of times the deal is not good for the seller or the buyer, and it falls apart in the process. As we speak, I have a couple friends who are in the process of selling their business, and they're still going to maintain the ownership. They pretty much have great exit strategy in place, but every offer is different. Today, you can shop around. If you're the business owner, I guarantee you will find a buyer for your business in the next 2-3 years if you look for it, but don't jump on the first one. You need to understand the space. You need to understand equity firms or bigger players. I have probably 10 roofing companies on my speed dial who are shopping for companies right now. I have one company in Atlanta who texted me the other day. They want to buy a company in Minneapolis and they want me to make introductions. So all in all, I got very overwhelmed with all of this because I have so many people approach me from different directions. So I have to react. What am I going to do about it? And we came up with a solution. roofinginsights.com will have buy and sell a roofing business option on the website. So you can go to roofinginsights.com, click buy and sell a roofing business. If you're an equity firm, you can submit the form and reach out to us. And if you are a roofing business owner, you can also submit form as a seller. So we're going to match buyers and sellers. It's not brand new business. It's just yet another listing. We are in listing business now. I already do it. I've been doing it for the past couple of years. I've been talking to equity firms and to business owners, and I just decided to organize it because I have a pretty big team. I actually want to introduce you to Jade, who's going to manage this department. Jade, can you come in? Jade does not like to be on camera. Come in.
I thought you were going to give me more notice.
Yeah, this is your notice. So this is Jade. Jade is absolutely amazing. So what Jade's been doing before is she manages all our partnerships. If you go to roofinginsights.com and you see brands we recommend. So she's the one who makes me accountable to provide content for all the sponsors that we have, companies like Enhancify, Job Nimbus, ICO, Atlas. We work with a lot of brands. And I'm scattered. I'm all over the place. She's so organized. She's the boss in this office, by the way. Anyway, so I came to Jade with this problem. I said, Jade, look, we have this equity firms reaching out to us. We have this roofing companies who wants to sell their business. What if we match them? What if we create a list and act as a real estate agent? And she's like, absolutely, I would love to do that. She's a workaholic. You have 4 kids or 5? 4. She just had a baby, came back from maternity leave. We love Jade. But she is, I tell you this, I always tell people, if you want something to get done, give it to the busy person, or better yet, give it to mom. Because moms know how to get shit done. I don't know how she does it. What's your secret?
Lots of coffee.
Mom's hustle. Anyway, roofinginsights.com going to have buy and sell a roofing business. You click on it, you submit a form, Jade's going to receive it. We're going to review it. You're going to tell us your revenue, and then we're going to try to match you with the equity firm. Right now we have 6, 7. We're already working with the pretty much equity firms wants to pay us like finder's fee, make introduction. We know businesses. We have 600-700 roofing companies in directory alone. We have them in the roofing school. So all we want to do is match good companies with the good equity firms. And I personally, after she does all the screening, all the connections, and review everything, she's going to give it to me and say, Dmitry, we have this company here who is the best to match them, because I know what equity firms want and which one is a better fit. For example, if you are a $100 million company, I'm going to match you with a company who is looking to buy a $100 million company. So I talk to them on a regular basis. Once you submit the form, we're going to schedule a call with me. She's going to schedule a Zoom call, and I'll take over, and hopefully we will help you schedule the business. I just want to introduce Jade so you don't think it's me, and I don't want another business. I promised my wife I will not start another business, but it's another listing. We're already doing it.
Heck yeah. That sounds great.
Thank you, Jade.
Thank you.
So the main reason we decided to do it because it is good for the industry. I see these deals, I see these offers, and roofers who've never sold our business before need some help, and I want to help them. It's so exciting. I mean, what's better than opportunity to sell your business? It's always the best call of the day when someone schedules calls from my students and say, Dimitri, we got an offer in our business. What to do about it? Yesterday, I went to Dan Young in Iowa and we spent a day with him. He has many companies approaching him for years, actually. He has he said 9 or 10 companies and they keep approaching him to buy him and he doesn't want to sell and I don't blame him, but I'm pretty sure one day if he will find the perfect buyer, the perfect scenario where he still maintains maybe the ownership, even then Young probably can sell, but who knows. The point is, you need a friend in this business who has your best interest. It is good for the industry. Our industry is crazy. We have companies like SRS, Beacon, Owens Corning. I mean, they keep raising prices. Just yesterday, they announced another 8% price increase. What are we going to do about it? Not much. We don't have leverage. So I think when $100 million company buys 20 smaller companies within a year. It's great for the industry. Why? Because now you have 20 business owners who can retire, who can do something else with their life. And you have a bigger player who has more leverage in the market space. It's better for the consumer, and this is why I'm jumping on this vegan because I already have resources. I can connect equity firms to great business owners. I will always tell you how it is. I will give you my best advice. If you need an exit strategy, I will help you. I will consult with you. My team will help me to filter it. It's a free service to the business owners. We're probably going to charge finder's fee to equity firms. So if you are equity firm and you want our help to find a perfect company to buy, reach out. We'll put you in front of our people, if in front of business owners in our network who is willing to sell their business. And let's talk. Let's make a connection. Comment below what you think. Comment below if you have been getting offers from equity firms to sell your business. Because I promise you this, they're all different. If you maybe got lowballed by one equity firm, you will be surprised how much you can actually get from another. Like shop for them. And I'm going to explain to you why some offers are not good offers, but you don't know what you don't know. It's all in details when you sell a business. And you need to understand how equity companies buying it or how other bigger players buying smaller players. And we also have private investors and we have people who just want to buy a roofing business because they don't want to build one from scratch. Either way, we can help you because we are Roofing Insights is very popular website. We have huge audience and we have a lot of good people like you. Comment below if you've been getting offers, what do you think about the topic, and I'll see you in the next one.